And then once a year, we have employee reviews, right? What a joke. Okay, let's sit down and you can tell me all the things I do wrong all year long. You've been storing those up for 12 months. We sit down for 15 minutes one day. You tell me what a crappy worker I am and how I'm not getting a raise or I'm getting a cost of living raise. Super, thanks.
Do you want to know the biggest complaints that your employees have about how you're running your agency and running your business? Because if you understand these complaints, you can actually save employees actually jumping ship. I mean, it's so hard to find the right employees, and it's also even harder to train them. So think about it, literally probably cost you 6 to 8 months to get someone up to speed of time that you probably don't have. Because when your best employees leave, that is going to mean you're going to be understaffed. And if you're understaffed, your clients are going to be unhappy. And if they're unhappy, they're going to leave, which is not going to allow you to scale and grow your business because you can't handle as much. And you're probably saying you're too busy to do anything. Does it sound familiar? Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up is I'm bringing in a special guest to talk to us, but she has asked me to hide her identity, and she's going to tell us about some of the complaints and how it's like working with the boss so you can learn and you can actually perform better as a leader so you can keep your employees and do the right thing. Thanks for coming on the show, Employee X. Why did you want to come on the show today?
I came here today to tell the simple truth about my workplace. We have at my agency an extensive list of clients, high-profile clients. We win all kinds of awards, but it's not an award-winning place to work. We're not treated well, and I think it's time that the owners know about it.
So tell me more of why it's not a great place to work.
Well, for one thing, I'm expected to work 24/7. It's like I'm not supposed to have a life outside of work. And I don't mind putting in the time when it's necessary, but it's expected. And it's not like I'm compensated well for it. I don't make enough to put up with the garbage I put up with, that's for sure. When I do take the initiative to make a decision and do something that I think is going to be in the right direction for the company, for the clients, it's not appreciated. In fact, I'm reprimanded. Like I'm expected to know what direction this company is going, but no one's ever shared the direction with me. Okay, and then there was this time where I came up with this really great idea. It was going to make our systems run so much more smoothly. We were going to be more efficient in the way we handled our projects, and I took the idea to my boss, right? Soon as you know it, we're rolling out this new system, new process in the agency. My boss took credit for my idea. It was rolled out as his idea. That's a bunch of bullshit. And then once a year, we have employee reviews, right? What a joke. Okay, let's sit down and you can tell me all the things I do wrong all year long. You've been storing those up for 12 months. We sit down for 15 minutes one day. You tell me what a crappy worker I am and how I'm not getting a raise or I'm getting a cost of living raise. Super, thanks. The bottom line here is I'm an account manager. I handle the accounts. They get handed off to me from the sales team. My job is not sales. My job is also not chasing down unpaid invoices. That would be accounting. I'm expected to wear all these hats, and guess what? I'm not paid to wear multiple hats. I'm paid to be an account manager. I'm trained to be an account manager. I know account management. That's it, not sales. I'm not comfortable with sales. I don't chase down invoices. I'm not accounts receivable. Plain and simple, I want to get paid to do the work I do. And I want to be empowered to do a good job at it. So, another big reason why I wanted to come here and share this information today is because I've been with this agency for over 5 years. Around year 3, I went to my bosses and I asked for more responsibility. And I thought, it's time, maybe they're not looking at me to step up, so I need to raise my hand and ask for more. And guess what? I got passed over. I got passed over to some idiot because they kiss ass more than I do. and they don't know what they're doing, and they certainly don't need to have more responsibility because they're a moron.
Okay, thanks Employee X for coming on the show and giving us your opinions so we can all be better leaders. Now, there was a recent survey that CNBC actually did about the biggest complaints that employees have, and that's why we brought Employee X on to go over some of these. You know, the number one reason why your employees complain or actually leave your company is because you're taking work for their ideas and not giving credit where credit is actually due. Number two is something I hear a lot of times when I'm talking to agency owners is they don't trust their team. And the only way you're going to trust your team is to give them more power and empower them to make better decisions. But the easiest way to do that is to give them direction and give them clarity of where the North Star is so they can make better decisions. Number three, it's all about empathy and caring about if they're overworked and constantly going to them and saying, look, you are a big part of our success and we really do appreciate you putting in all that work and we'll get through it. But just hang in there for a little bit, and I know you're overworked, but we're going to get help. Number four is all about paying them what they're actually worth and constantly compensating them for more responsibilities. Look, if employees and team members come to me and they say they want to do more, you know, I'm always going to be like, how can I actually help you to get there? How can we actually support you and to get you to the level where you want? I'm not just going to give them a raise for no good reason, but if they're doing more, they're bringing value to the company, obviously we're going to do that. Number five is hiring and promoting the wrong people, right? I mean, think about if you have some amazing employees and you bring in someone totally new. I'd always start trying to figure out how can I hire internal first. And look, you're not going to make everybody happy, but always look internal first before you bring someone in outside and think about how can I train someone that's been with me for a while? They may be the best candidate. Number six, this really goes with our core values, is our employees are our greatest assets, and hopefully that is part of your core values. I'm always going to defend our employees and our team over a client. I don't care how big the client is. If the client disrespects the team, that client is out. So always make sure you're taking the side of your team rather than the client. Number seven is doesn't provide proper direction for the roles and responsibilities. Everybody wants to know what they're going to be measured on and what you actually expect from them. They cannot read your mind, even though you may look at them and with your. Number seven is doesn't give proper direction for the roles and responsibility. There's nothing more frustrating to an employee of not knowing what you expect from them or not knowing what they should actually be doing. So make sure you actually explain how you're going to be measuring what you expect from them. Number eight is not micromanaging. Look, if you micromanage, they're going to be so constrained they can never think outside the box. And plus, you're going to be putting a ton of time into micromanaging. If you give them more freedom, you're going to have more freedom. Number nine, focusing on their weaknesses more than their strengths. Look, when you actually do your reviews, stop leading with their weaknesses. Literally lead with their strengths and build them up. Look, there's been a survey before when you actually focus on the negative things first, they're going to shut off. But if you focus on their strengths the most of the time, then at the very end you could say, oh, by the way, these are a couple areas I think you need to work on and let me know how I can actually help you. And number 10 is set clear expectations. This goes with everything. You have to let people know what you expect from them so they can actually be armed with making the right decision. If you follow these, I promise your team will start clicking more. And your strongest asset is your team. And if they're happy, it's kind of like if mama ain't happy, no one's happy. If your team ain't happy, your clients aren't happy. If your clients aren't happy, they're going to leave, which is going to make you very unhappy. And I want all of you guys to grow your agency faster and just enjoy what you guys are doing. So focus on these 10 things, and I promise you'll retain your clients, employees, and you'll be a lot happier. So I'd love to hear your comments. Comment below, hit that like button. If you're not yet subscribed, subscribe, hit that little bell button so you never miss out on a new episode. And until next time, have a swank day.
Leave me out for that. I got into the role.
So thanks, Employee X, for coming on and giving us really what...
I'm sorry, my laughing is going to be...
Man, I'm going to have to send you upstairs. All right, thanks for coming on the show, Employee... Thanks for coming on the show, Agency X. Agency bitch. Oh, why is this so hard? We just got to get this done. Thanks for coming on the show, Employee X.
You did it!
Your angered voice or whatever it was. But you have to... The peanut gallery over here, loving...
I need to leave the room.
I actually had that one good too.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Not sorry.
Not sorry. It's going to be the longest video ever. This is the hardest I've ever worked in my life.
Me too.
It's like 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock somewhere. 5 o'clock now. We got to get out. Number 7 is does it...
It has got to be more fun when you got somebody.
Yes, to lollygag. Yeah. Number 7 is doesn't give proper...
That one's not on me.